Have you ever felt that you gave your absolute best, yet all you received was failure? It starts to feel like there's no point in trying anymore. But today's story will prove that sometimes our greatest inspiration comes from the smallest of creatures. Once upon a time, there was a powerful king. His kingdom was prosperous, his army was strong, and his people admired and loved him. But one day, a fierce war broke out. The king fought with all his strength, yet he was defeated. The enemy captured his entire kingdom. The palace was taken over, his soldiers were scattered, and many of the people who once stood beside him abandoned him. The enemy wanted to capture the king alive. To save his life, he fled deep into the forest. For many days, he wandered through the wilderness, hungry, thirsty, and exhausted. At last, he found an old, deserted cave. He went inside and sat down. His clothes were covered in dust. His face showed nothing but exhaustion, and his eyes reflected only defeat. He thought to himself, "Everything is over. I've lost my kingdom. My army is gone. There's no point in fighting again." While sitting there in despair, his eyes fell upon the cave wall. There, a tiny spider was trying to build its web. It climbed upward, but after reaching only a short distance, it slipped and fell back down. It paused for a moment, then tried again. But once again, it fell. The king watched carefully. The spider kept falling, yet every new attempt took it a little higher than before. It never even thought about giving up. Again and again it fell, but every time it fell, it got back up, climbed again, and tried once more. Finally, on one last attempt, it gave everything it had, reached the corner of the wall where it wanted to build its web, and within a few moments, it completed a beautiful web. The king couldn't take his eyes off the tiny spider. Suddenly, a powerful thought struck his mind. If such a tiny spider can keep trying after falling so many times without giving up, then I am a human, a king. How can I lose hope after just one defeat? At that very moment, his mindset changed. He realized that failure doesn't come to make us weaker. It comes to make us stronger. The king walked out of the cave. He searched for his remaining loyal soldiers. He gathered everyone who still believed in him. This time, he didn't act in haste. He carefully analyzed the mistakes he had made before. He created a new strategy. He trained his army better, and he patiently waited for the right moment. When the opportunity finally arrived, he launched a powerful attack against the enemy. This battle was different from the first. The king was wiser, more patient, and most importantly, he had learned from his failure. Before long, the enemy's army began to collapse. In the end, the king won the war. He reclaimed his kingdom. But that day, his greatest victory wasn't over his enemies, or even his kingdom. It was over his own fear and his own despair. Failing in life is not the real mistake. The real mistake is believing that one failure is the end of your journey. Always remember, falling doesn't define your destiny. Getting back up does. As long as you never stop trying, failure can never have the final word.